I want a SoccerSam sushi. That sounds perfect.
Sam? Is this a possibility?
All right, guys, I got to go.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Dominic.
Good job. Thanks,
All
Dom.
right.
Hey, Matt.
Yes.
Thanks for having me, man. Great show.
Hey, guys, just so you know, it's
Yes.
on all the social media, it's Dominic Waza,
Okay.
and then Detroit Waza Flow. If you guys could get that word out there for us.
Okay. All right. We will do. Thank you. Thank you so much, Dominic. We'll see you here next year.
Ciao.
Okay.
Ciao.
Ciao.
All right.
And if anyone wants to get a hold of me, please call my mom. All right, I gotta go.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Sammy.
Speed dial 2.
If anyone wants to get a hold of me, you can't. I will be in the Warrior Quick Cave. I'm unreachable. I only leave the cave for battle and to pursue my prey.
Now, Warrior. Just one other comment about the cave. I've been watching the development of the cave week to week, and the set has changed a little bit. Can we add some more flair, so to speak, to the back wall?
15 pieces of flair?
Yes, at least.
Well, a simple existence I do live. I am aware that the lack of a feminine presence in my life has hindered my ability of interior decoration in the Warrior Cave. I am of the belief that raw meat will be sufficient for me to survive. However, in the comfort of my cave, I must stay hard. We must stay strong. You allow yourself enough comforts, and you will grow soft.
Now,
Very true.
Raw meat? No George Foreman grill?
I eat the George Foreman grill for breakfast. George Foreman in his prime looks like orange sherbet to me. Cream corn soft, that man.
Wow, and
Now, the
he
Warrior's
was a
pretty
big guy. George Foreman was a big dude. Wasn't he also the heavyweight champion of the world?
Yeah, he was the heavyweight champ. So,
Warrior, the heavyweight champion of planet Earth at one point.
Planet Earth, correct. You must look beyond Earth to find a true
So are you the
champion.
heavyweight
You will
champion
find
of the
that.
galaxy?
I am not. I am built like a stick figure. However, Lancer Louis is the grand champion of the galaxy.
Lancer
Okay,
Louis
yeah,
is
Lancer
okay. He's a big
pretty big.
dinosaur.
Yeah.
Is he? Well, no, dragon.
He's a dragon.
I'm sorry, dragon. He's a dragon. Okay.
George Foreman is frightened of Lancer Louis, much like Hulk Hogan was frightened of me. He refused to take a selfie with me at Hogan's Beach in Florida 1.5 years ago.
Why would he
intimidated.
refuse to take a selfie with the Warrior? I don't get it.
It might have had something to do with the leopard print spandex I was wearing. He was intimidated.
Okay. But I feel like the Hulk has worn the same pants at one time.
And underwear. I mean,
yes.
He just wears underwear. to wrestle.
There's a true hypocrisy in his refusal. I agree.
I totally agree. Warrior, this has been fantastic. We're all pumped for the game Friday night at the On Center. You and Joe Giuliano on the air are fantastic. One thing I noticed, you were not able to pronounce Dominic Scicluna's name correctly at all until today somehow. So
my education in the Warrior Cave was lacking as a youngster. I was not formally educated.
Right.
And I
You
am
were
trying.
cave
I
schooled?
have a tutor, a mentor, and I'm learning words.
Okay, who is the tutor and the mentor?
Tutor and the mentor, SoccerSam.
Oh, that is fantastic. You'll probably also learn some pretty kick-ass pizza.
Yeah, his pizza sauce, his ingredients, but it's made with love. The key ingredient is made with
Absolutely.
love for battle, love for his patrons.
Absolutely. And just like I saw on the 490 billboard driving into the studio today, stay warm, we deliver.
Yeah.
Did you see that billboard?
yes,
I love
I
it.
did.
He's wearing like a Russian, one of those Russian hats.
Yeah.
Great. I love that.
I also
billboard.
like the one on TV where he's like, Salvatores.com.
Yeah,
See
well,
that
he
one?
does with everything. Yeah.
I love him.
We deliver everything but babies. All right.
The Salvatore Super Slice. It's as big as your head.
It is pretty big.
It's
What about
huge.
the,
I just had one on my way over here.
It's quite thick too. It's about 4 inches thick. It's thicker than Chicago pizza, actually. It turns out Rochester.
Really?
I think so. It's
Chicago
you ever
pizza's pretty thick.
Yeah, I know, but it's pretty thick.
Rochester pizza's thick, but I think
It
Chicago
is.
might have its beat.
Warrior, thank you so much. This has been great.
Thank you.
Again, Warrior and Joe Giuliano every Lancers game on Fickle 93.3, also GoLiveSportscast.com. Warrior, do you know anything about Eliot? We had some fans asking us on Facebook. Is Eliot planning to return to the pitch anytime soon, or?
So far, he has been dealing with exceeding head dizziness, head trauma by a former traumatic brain injury, one in which made him a stronger soul, but a floppy little noodle on top of his broad shoulders has not allowed his intellect to replay all the things that he aforementioned. I will tell you one thing, that his spirit will not die, but whether he will return to the pitch in uniform is up for grabs. Anybody's guess. If anybody has any insight into intergalactic doctors' healing methods that are not your typical, he doesn't have insurance, get some in your life, give him a phone number. He will descend from spaceships in the sky to receive this treatment. So far, his treatment has included large amounts of hairspray and hair gel. So far, to no avail.
Well, I think you should keep going with the hair.
Could the hair be too tight, and that was the problem with the head?
Maybe that's been the problem all along, Mark Sotili.
Maybe I'm not using enough hair product.
Maybe
that could be it too.
Now, is the plan to keep the hair growing vertically towards the sun like a tree?
The sun has been jealous of the power of the Mohawk and has been trying to draw it in. There's an inverse gravity to the spikes, but we must keep them short so that the sun does not prevail in its attempt to steal the power.
Listen, you never had that problem when you had 3 spikes.
How many spikes are there now?
2.
Oh.
Wait, you have 3 now? Wait, 4. He has to have 1 more.
Really?
There's great variance.
All right. Well, anyways, I think it's fabulous. We do have. I don't know if the Lancers. John, can you pull up the Lancers schedule? But I don't know if the Lancers are playing on Valentine's Day. That would be a great opportunity for the color of the hair to possibly change to maybe a purplish or reddish hue.
Although the
Just a
Warrior
suggestion.
possesses an iron will, he is flexible and open to suggestions.
Okay. And also, as always, St. Patrick's Day on March 17th. Could do a green kind of thing.
Yes, because on the 22nd, I believe we'll be celebrating the MASL Championship.
Ah, yes, Mark Sotili, March 22nd,
Yes. 2015.
All right, Warrior, thank you so much. We have to talk a little Knighthawks lacrosse before we end this podcast transmission. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
Friday night, Lancers at Syracuse. Listen on 93.3 Fickle. Or also, have you been doing radio regularly on Fickle?
Yes, the game. Joe Giuliano and myself, we go on Go Live Sportscast.
Right.
For the internet feed, and then also home and away games are live with Joe and myself, broadcasted through 93.3 Fickle. That's correct.
Haven't you also been doing a show with Dino K on Fickle?
No, when I go in to see Dino, he's
Oh, Dino. Okay.
We just plug our games. You know, there's.
Oh, okay. So, I got you. Okay. All right. Well, I was gonna say you're made for radio / any kind of entertainment. So.
I appreciate that, and you guys are worthy of my sincerest gratitude. I thank thee with many thanks. Go hard or go harder.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
The Mohican Warrior and Eliot Fauske, thank you for joining us. And we are going to talk some Knighthawks lacrosse before we go. John, they are 0-2.
Oh.
They lost 17-7 this past Saturday
to
the New England Black Wolves, who were the Philadelphia Wings. Yeah, make sure you restart the mixer there. And they just looked brutal. I watched the game on the internet. They did not look good. Nothing's really working right now. They're not moving the ball. Like, their biggest strength, I think, over recent years has been moving the ball faster than any team in the league. They're not moving the ball well this year. You can tell.
Mm-hmm.
The ball will stay on one side of the court and they're not moving it in a rectangular pattern or a pentagonal pattern like they were last year. Just from my point of view, Matt Vince has not looked like Matt Vince. The defense has not looked. Sid Smith has not looked like Sid Smith. They're struggling, and what is it? Championship hangover? Three-peat hangover?
Well, you got to remember, I mean, the Knighthawks don't get a chance to practice together much. They
but neither you can't use that as an excuse.
spend-
Neither does any team in the NLL. You're only allowed to practice one time a week.
Well, but not only that, but I mean, remember when we were talking to Jody Gage and he said they just don't spend much time around each other. So I think a big part of it, because historically they've been a historically slow starting team. It's not unusual for the Knighthawks to lose a couple games at the beginning that you'd argue they shouldn't lose. That being said, I would say the biggest shock to me was probably the fact that they did lose to the new guys in the block. However, the new guys are 2-0.
Yeah, they look better than the Philadelphia Wings. I don't know what they did.
Well, they made some pretty good moves, and the thing is, I think that the big thing right now is the fact that with the Hawks, they have the typical, I like to call it, Nighthawk start.
Yeah.
Except for last year. Last year
they started out great.
Yes, but the year before, I remember, I think they were 1-3 before they really started lighting up, and there have been years where it's even worse. I mean, that first championship, no one saw coming.
They finished the season 7-9 that year.
They weren't good at all for most of that year. So I think this is kind of typical. They usually get warmed up as they go. They build some momentum. However, one thing that does strike me as odd is this team, for the most part, is kind of unchanged, and they should kind of know each other, you'd think.
Yeah, the team is pretty much exactly the same as last year, but they just do not seem to have the cohesion so far.
Yeah.
And, they're 0-2. They also lost both preseason games sizably. They got blown out in both preseason games.
Mm-hmm.
So they're really kind of 0-4, and they just don't look great right now.
You're right. And the thing is, I do agree. It's not looking – I wouldn't say the season, throw the season away.
I mean, they still have 16 games left. Yeah, it's early. It's really early.
It is kind of cause to consider starting to be concerned.
Yes.
I agree.
And, of course, I said last week and the week before, I thought they should have drafted Miles Thompson.
Yes.
I don't get why they didn't. This, you guys have to see. This made SportsCenter's top 10, an amazing goal by Miles Thompson. Mark, I know it's going to be tough if you want to. Yeah.
If you want to scoot around, I'll go this way.
He was brought on this team to take face-offs, but they found the spot. Goal!
Oh man!
What a goal!
So,
just a greasy one, and you gotta be.
That's
you gotta be good to be lucky.
Miles Thompson falling to the ground.
Wow, Miles Thompson gets another gift. Just a sloppy goal.
Here's the replay. Falling to the ground.
Falling.
Wow.
While getting checked. His back to the goal.
luck.
His back to the goal, getting checked, falling to the ground, just sticks the lacrosse stick up in the air, flips the head of the stick back, and the ball goes right over the goalkeeper's shoulder and in the net. Unbelievable.
But
this guy's a rookie.
Oh, yeah.
Unbelievable. The Knighthawks could have drafted him.
Instead, we wasted a draft pick
On Jeremy Nobles, who did not sign with the team.
And what I find interesting enough about that is we know in this league, this is not a league where a lot of people really like to travel because of the fact that they don't spend much time. They don't come here. And it was known that he had a job, a good job that was coming up out west in Denver. So I think we really should have known better.
Anyways.
I think that would be lack of homework, if you do your homework.
It seems like that.
Amen,
it
Mark.
really does. Because lacrosse and indoor soccer are similar where the players aren't getting paid enough normally to make it their full-time job. So a lot of them have jobs on the side. So the players that, live in British Columbia might not want to play in Rochester or in Buffalo.
Absolutely, I agree with that 100%. It's like some of our players on our team, people say, well, why don't you, if you guys aren't getting the playing time, why don't you go somewhere else? Because, we really can't afford it. We have good job. I mean, like Jake Schindler, he's one of the best defenders in the league, if you ask me. Right now he's struggling with the injury, but same thing is, why doesn't he go play somewhere else? He has a good job here. I mean, if he goes somewhere else, what's he going to do?
Yeah, good point.
We had a question from a listener on the Mixler chat, which thank you guys for listening.
Yeah,
thank you to the person who said the mics are a little too high. That's my fault. This is why I'm doing a podcast and not an actual radio show. Anyways.
Gotta start somewhere.
What do you, Mark, you can answer this. What do you think are the biggest strengths of the Lancers this year as compared to last year?
I think we're just working better as a team. I think we're a little bit more organized. Again, like I said the other night, it showed. If we play like we know how to play, we can pick teams apart. If you think Detroit came in there and they weren't, an awful team or whatever, they really weren't. It's just that I thought we played really well. I thought we worked well as a team, and we just picked them apart. So, I mean, as long as, we listen to what Doug is telling us to do and we're all on the same page, I think that's going to be one of our biggest strengths right now.